We're here. Been grinding for a couple
Oh,
weeks straight here.
very late here. End of another long week.
Usual
Ugh.
deal.
Usual deal. Yep.
There's some pretty awesome
You're get
announcements coming out today, though. So,
Oh, good.
there's Jordan. Hey, Jordan.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are things in South Africa?
It's cold, very, very, very cold, but we move.
Cold in it's cold in San Francisco today too. Chris, is it cold where you are?
It is not.
At least you got warmth.
It uh yeah. Yep. Oh,
Let's see what
this
we've
has
got.
been a very, very hot year here. But there's some sort of a polar event going on, isn't there? It's sweeping across the eastern US and all the way across into like the UK and the
Oh,
Scandinavian countries.
I guess you're our native weatherman. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you no longer have to worry about being in the path right now. So
Nice. Okay, cool. Sorry, just getting everybody on stage here. One sec. And we got Alexander.
Hi
Hey,
guys, how are you?
good.
Hey, hey.
Great to have you
I
back.
I envy you, to be honest. I'm in Thailand and it's freaking hot. The humidity is overwhelming.
yep.
Have you been in Thailand for a while?
Well, around a month already. I thought I was gonna stay here for 2 months, but I'm like, I cannot bear this weather, so I'm leaving.
Nice. Is the whole team down there with you for AYDO?
No, that would ruin the fun. They are working.
Ah, wow. Good CEO. Awesome. We have a lot of pretty cool stuff to go through today, so I'm going to dive straight into it. We've had a bunch of questions from the community around the bonus task and when that's coming back. That's going to happen in early June. Kind of timing that with a bunch of new tasks that are coming out. So we're going to have a whole season of tasks coming out. Actually, probably one from AYDO, and then a number of other projects have also got a couple pretty cool things. There's a trading bot, a number of different agents that will use Swarm's technology and Gemini. And then we're going to have a whole new generation of Prometheus tasks coming out as well. There looks like somebody's asking about tokens that are going to trade on the DEX. That's going to be pretty soon, I think. Jordan's going to give us an update shortly, but there's going to be a whole bunch of these tokens, and we expect that most of the staking will also have a shift as well. So we're going to have a number of those slight changes. And I think at the moment we have a number of new task creators as well, like the tree token from Marengo and a few other people there. And those are also going to be listing, I guess, on the DEX once that's live. A few other questions here, but we'll hop into those after probably. Do you guys want to give us a quick rundown and a demo of what you've been up to? AYDO, I got to look through your GitHub yesterday. It's looking pretty awesome. Looks like we're going to be seeing Mist on the Koii node pretty soon.
Yes, exactly. So we actually completed the first milestone, and we are gonna bring the missed tasks to Koii nodes and Koii dashboards, so the users can participate and utilize more of their hardware, and in particular the connectivity, and earn some missed tokens.
Pretty awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about what Mist is, just so people have some context?
Oh, again, I'm not from Mist, but in general, it's a VPN service, so it's kind of a two-sided deal. So from one hand, they sell VPN service as a Mysterium VPN, and from another hand, they bring over the nodes who can act as exit nodes, and they reward them with Mist token.
Pretty cool. Does this mean people can, presumably people can also buy VPN services using Mist, right?
Yes, you can.
Nice. Yeah, so hopefully Koii node operation will lead to people getting to use getting to use a VPN, which could actually be really helpful. And that's MIST, MYST, for those that are wondering. I just dropped it in the chat there. Do you want to talk a little bit about what AYDO's been up to as well? I think that's probably some good context for how this works.
Well, the most exciting things recently we released an all of the setups are automatic. So if in the past the barrier for entry was kind of technical, and most users were not comfortable doing like that amount of technicalities, now you can just utilize your Mac, and Windows and Linux are also coming. So again, guys, if you have a MacBook, go to our website and give it a try.
Right on. In terms of kind of containerizing things and this recent partnership with Koii, how are you guys feeling about OrcaTask? It seems like you got the Mysterium integration up and running pretty quickly.
I mean, the first milestone was done quickly because we dedicated a lot of resources to it from the programming team, and we think it's a good opportunity for both AYDO and Koii and Mysterium because they need nodes. We want users. You want users to have ability to come to your platform again and again, and this kind of enriches everybody. So we thought it was a good idea to make it done, quickly. So kind of was our focus for the last couple weeks.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you guys dedicating so much to it. This is kind of why grants exist, I guess, is to try to get people excited about working on these things with us. So really appreciate you diving in. Definitely very exciting to see Mysterium getting wrapped onto Koii. I think that's it's been one of the kind of flagship deep-in projects for many years. So
I mean,
thanks for
talking about the reward system, again, I don't know if it's going to be wrapped in Koii or not, or this is something we're going to have to figure out, but you will be able to participate in the projects through Koii.
Right. But yeah, exciting times to have a VPN on the network.
Indeed.
Anything else exciting coming from AYDO that we can get into?
I mean, we have some additional partnerships, but the goal currently is to, again, do the integration itself. Yeah, I guess so far you're gonna see more integrations coming, but no names said yet. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Cool. Sounds good. Seeing some chatter in there. People seem pretty excited about this so far. Jordan, do you want to tell us a little bit about Tancho?
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Tancho is a decentralized swap platform, initially forked from Radium, and being adapted to essentially run Koii task and interact with the Koii network, and being an official DEX of Koii. So the vision essentially behind it is simple. It's just to bring real DeFi utility to the Koii ecosystem by integrating Solana liquidity with the front end that rewards contribution via attention. So just to also kind of give a bit of a rundown where we are, front end is basically built on a very basic level, looking to do some internal beta testing pretty soon, just essentially rewarding some testers. Koii migration is very much so, almost to say done, but just essentially running over the key features of the roadmap as well. So just finalizing the Koii task deployment, onboarding a few testers, and then at the beginning rewarding tracking via attention. Because the thing is, I do believe we live in a attention society, and especially in a place like DeFi, having loyal DeFi users and essentially awarding your attention on chain and essentially awarding attention regarding to DeFi is, I think, something that needs to be rewarded essentially. we live in an attention society, and I don't think everyone always gets rewarded for their attention at the end of the day. If you look at everything out there from social media, your attention is literally making people billions and billions of dollars. And if you look at the success of things like Kato, essentially, just regarding to like Yap points and things like that, having a DeFi platform that focuses on attention and rewarding attention to users is definitely the way moving forward. But kind of just also giving a bit of an idea of where we're at. The fork is done. The Radium AMM DEX is essentially done. Next step is just to essentially integrate liquidity pools, which is I'm quite excited for. Having a bit more of a better front end regarding to actually giving more proper chart support. But yeah, the key features of it is just essentially the AMA fork of Radium, standard DevNet integration, and it has a pretty clean Next.js front end with wallet support. But yeah, pretty much like I think the biggest thing that I'm more excited about moving forward, where all the features are pretty much done built out, is liquidity and bounty mechanisms for Koii task potentially. So yeah.
Really exciting times. Is
Yeah.
Tancho going to have a token?
Yeah, that's kind of the plans behind the more attention side of the DEX. So that's how I'm planning to essentially reward and do the token, is focusing on your on-chain activity, as well as just actually focusing on being loyal to Tancho Swap. Because as I said, if your attention is somewhere else, what's the point?
Makes sense. So people who trade more actively, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll get some people actively trading. It should make a lot of these the meme tokens on Koii very interesting. This is also a really big important part for those listening that we probably haven't talked about, but there's a really important integration of having a DEX on our chain before we have a bridge. So the bridges are going live probably shortly after Tancho comes online, and that's going to allow us to then start listing Koii on a variety of DEXs on other chains too. So we're expecting to have some interesting news on that direction coming next week. So we've been hard at work on that side.
Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's been a lot of chatter through the Discord lately around more tasks on the node. There's a number of pretty exciting things coming from the Prometheus side. We've kind of been focusing on partnerships for Prometheus for a little while because we have a lot of the kind of flagship partners for Prometheus that want to wrap their tokens directly onto Koii. And so probably what we're looking at with Prometheus is several pretty large enterprise partnerships where they already have their own token, and those will also be coming in wrapping onto Koii to use the Prometheus service. So it'll be an interesting way for node operators to earn a bunch of different tokens, but it's also going to lead to a lot of TVL on the chain. And that will allow us to have a lot of miner rewards going out to node operators that are in a variety of different tokens, but also then hopefully you guys can start trading those on Tancho.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are a few kind of dead and old tasks. We're going to be pruning some of those before the next bonus task season starts. But it's been a bit of a lower priority, and we don't want to turn things off while developers are working on them. Many of them are still in development, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. I guess the timeline on this, Jordan, has been kind of up in the air. Do we have any idea when Tancho's going to go live?
So very much very busy on my side. Actually, it's just a pure individual building this. Yeah. I kind of made the promise to community to hoping having ready by today. But yeah, it's technically to say almost in a sense ready on DevNet. It's not on mainnet yet, but yeah, it's there. I just don't think it's honestly quite polished and finished enough to essentially make the transition and making it live to the community right now. But yeah, it's kind of just me going on behind the scenes to the day-to-day operations regarding this entire thing. But yeah, I hopefully in the next week, I want to really drop it next week. It's been a bit long. I know I kind of already extended the deadline, But yeah, for those who are excited for it, I do very much apologize to everyone. I'm like kind of leading everyone on. But yeah, hopefully next week.
Fantastic. Even some beta testing might be fun. I'm sure everyone here would probably love to try it out, even if it means burning some of their fire tokens or something.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty cool, actually.
Nice. Maybe we can get the VIPs involved at least. Yeah, someone in the chat saying it'll be fun. So you have some beta testers here. They're ready to go.
That's awesome.
Right on. Yeah, so this is kind of all part of a larger philosophy that we have of trying to bring more tokens onto the network and then ensuring that those are all trading together on our DEX. Obviously, this all leads to trading fees in Koii, so we expect this to be kind of a core part of the tokenomics moving forward. But it's all about trying to make sure the node operators get rewards in a variety of different tokens and that we're ensuring that you can make the most out of your PC and the different systems that you have. Oh, and Alex got knocked off the stage. Sorry, Alex.
Go ahead, I'm back.
All good. What's the roadmap look like at AYDO? Any other interesting tokens that you guys are looking at integrating in the future?
I mean, we're pretty open integration. Ideally, we would like to bring also Koii on our side too, so people can participate in the compute. We're also looking into GPUs with a couple of the projects. And of course, the data streams are the main focus. And we talk to file market regarding the audio. So basically, you can record some voice and get stable coins as a reward.
Right on. Stablecoin rewards is another thing that we've been looking at lately too. I think that's definitely one of the things people are the most excited about. We've been trying to figure out how to get that done with Prometheus, so maybe that's a good thing that we could integrate with your nodes. The whole goal being, as long as we have stable customer base that's actually paying for compute, then we have a lot of exciting things there. For the Koii
I have
founders,
some confidence in you. I do believe that down the road, once we get that trust, like it's not a matter of decentralized compute not being like stable enough or anything like that. It's a matter of just psychological adoption. But I do believe that it's coming, and once like the compute gets the trust from Web 2, I think you're gonna see a ton of demand.
yeah, we're seeing a lot of tokenized ecosystems that are really interested in this too, where like at least rather than paying for traditional hosting, if they already have a token, it's pretty easy to just subsidize their budget with their token. But yeah, 100% agree. I think the trick now is getting past the smuggling GPUs to China kind of phase of deepen. Seems to be what kind of led the last cycle, but yeah, we're kind of hoping for those that don't understand, the general idea here is there was at one point a pretty significant embargo against GPUs being sold to China, and so a lot of the big DPINs were basically selling GPUs to China through Singapore or another entity, and then the token side of it often was just a way of kind of financializing those relationships. And I think we're seeing now a larger shift towards actual enterprise adoption of these. There's a number of companies like Prime Intellect that have started like really pioneering the technology to use lots of distributed GPUs. And so we're hoping that as this technology continues to mature, we'll be able to get everybody on the Koii nodes involved in all that too. Hopefully, it means lots more trading volume on the DEX too, which would be great. There's a whole bunch of people that were asking about mobile nodes. So we had this great discussion in the Telegram channel around Bitcoin mining on mobile, which is an interesting one to me. I think the suggestion was that we can have basically a lottery system. So if we run a bunch of nodes as a part of a mining pool, the expected reward is relatively low, just given that the amount of hashing power you can do with a laptop is not that high. But if you're part of a mining pool on Bitcoin, you can get very small returns just for hashing. And what we're kind of thinking is we might be able to capture some of those hashing rewards and then distribute them out to people. So that's another option here. The mobile node side of it is a little tricky though, just because you actually have to have your phone turned on to be able to do background processing on a phone. At least with iPhones, and then with Android, there's a couple forks of Android that are now getting better at this. I think the Solana Seeker is going to be one of the primary ones, but there might be some opportunities to do that as well. We do actually have a partnership coming up with Accurus, which is a little bit more mobile friendly. Though it's a very hard tech stack. With Accurus, you have to actually flash your phone with a whole new operating system before you can use it. And so we're exploring some of those options as well. Sorry, Chris, we haven't let you talk much today. Any questions about any of the stuff we've been going through so far?
No, but it was really interesting to hear the talk of attention and not getting rewarded enough for it. I was at Art Basel a few years back, actually wearing a Koii shirt, and I sat down at a bench next to some random guy that looked like he may be in the degen community, and he looked over and said, please explain your shirt like as briefly as possible. And so I kind of gave him the premise behind Koii, and he's like, I get it, man. Attention is love. I mean, what more is there? And it was just amazing how fast that resonated. Like, this total stranger just instantly understood the mission and the value, just with a brief elevator pitch from someone who wasn't even in the company. So I think there's some stickiness there.
Certainly.
I
Yeah.
definitely think so.
Financializing love is always a little bit of a touchy topic, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figure Hallmark's done it for years, so it's your
Sure.
turn.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can definitely pay someone to give you attention. So yeah.
Jordan, do you have any more details for us about how the attention economics are going to work?
Yeah, so regarding to attention economics, it's essentially not just based off, it's based off essentially the amount that you swap, because at the end of the day, people can just come and say like, oh, I did 500 swaps, but all those 500 swaps was worth like $1, which is kind of a bit silly. So it doesn't really give pure attentional thoughts. So essentially regarding to the attention economy, it runs off pure attentional thoughts, not just attention with giving attention. So just to kind of go into a bit more depth behind it, there is essentially a financial tracker behind it. So it's not just, hey, I'm swapping on Koii just to potentially receive or perceive that I'm giving attention to the Tancho DEX. It's very much more measured in the sense of, hey, how real are you? Or is this a bot? What tokens are you essentially swapping on a regular basis? How much are you swapping? And those are all things that are essentially going to be measured down the line. Not just, hey, I'm swapping just to swap to receive some tokens. Because at the end of the day, just as on the social media platform, essentially, if you're just out here, I don't know, liking pictures of boats, but you live in the middle of a desert and you have no intention of a boat, and all of a sudden there's 50,000 boat ads coming your way, no one's really profiting off that except probably the person that's, the platform that's essentially providing the ads, the social media platform. And it kind of all defeats the purpose of being rewarded for your attention. If you're being rewarded for a token that you're currently swapping, that you are essentially accumulating over time. But that's kind of the basis of actually rewarding real attention, not just fake attention. And I've been looking very heavily into it and essentially how this works and how the data behind it works. And kind of going down this rabbit hole of looking at some of the bigger social media platforms, and social media is essentially designed to keep you locked in forever. You are the product at the end of the day. You are basically what's being sold out there. But yeah, that's kind of the thesis, a bit of a dark thesis, but that's currently the thesis that I'm looking at regarding to this entire thing.
I think you're wrong.
You think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Misheard.
Bit of a dark thesis, but I think net positive. Decentralization's always been about trying to turn these things on their heads. So
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah, I think next week we're going to have a presentation from the Tree team about what they're doing with the Tree token on CoinNodes, which I think now has something like 300 nodes running it. Pretty exciting. Yeah, I
Oh,
see
that's
Brian
pretty
go in the
sick.
chat. Planting trees using CoinNodes. Still waiting to see a little bit of the tokenomics on that one. I think we have a call next week, so we're going to get them prepped up and should have some more news about that one coming out. Any last thoughts from any of you guys? It's great to hear some updates.
Just that last thing you said was very intriguing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some interesting initiatives here. Deep in for trees. Awesome. Cool. I think we can probably wrap things up here. Thanks for being on, guys. Great to get some updates, and really looking forward to seeing these releases coming up over the next couple of weeks. Definitely, we'll be including obviously both of these tasks in the next upcoming wave of the bonus tasks. So, should be some great developments for the community.
Thank you very much. Hope
Awesome.
everybody has a great weekend.
Well, thank you for inviting, and again, very excited about working with Koii.
Thanks, folks.
Great.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Cheers.